Hello everybody and welcome to the last lecture about selecting and editing sequence in GEL view. In this lecture we'll learn how to select specific region in GEL view and how to edit it. So if you would like to, for example, select part of your sequence, simply you can, with your mouse, you can choose the part that you would like to select and then just copy it and paste it to align a new as a new alignment. For example, if there is a domain or a part that is important to show without showing the whole sequence, you can just select the part of your sequence that you would like to use and then open the edit menu and then copy and edit and then paste it to new alignment, as you can see from the figure below. If you would like to deselect, of course, it's very easy. You can from the select menu you can press deselect and then whatever you select will be deselected. Of course, if there is a region, as we said, you can place the mouse at the top left corner of the region you would like to select, and then press and hold the mouse, and of course you can drag until you reach the bottom right corner of the chosen region. So you can press, as we said, the top left corner of the selected region and then drag to press and hold until you reach the bottom right corner of the selected region. Then you can, as we said in the last slide, you can copy it and use it if you would like to show something interesting in this selected region. Of course, also you can select specific columns or select residues in all sequence. You simply, if you would like to select same residue in all sequences, click and drag the select along the alignment ruler, and then you can select the same residue in all sequences. Also, you can select a range of position. This can be done very easily by clicking on the first position, then of course holding down the shift key while clicking on the other end. So this will enable you to select a range of position. Also, you can select discontinuous regions by holding down the control key. Simply clicking on the position to add and while holding down the control key. This will enable you to select discontinuous region. After selecting sequences, so select multiple complete sequences. If you for example have 10 or 20 or 100 sequences and you would like to choose just few of them and copy them in another alignment, is simply if you would like to choose a range, this can be done by pressing on the shift key and then of course this will give you you can choose the range of sequences, if it's continuous sequences, if it's like one after another, as for those if it's continuous choice, so this can be done by pressing on the shift key. But if these sequences are discontinuous, then you can click on the control key and then choose these discontinuous sequences by keeping the control key pressed and then choosing whatever sequence you would like to choose. Making selection in a cursor mode, of course, as we said before, you can switch between normal mode and cursor mode by pressing on F2. If you would like to mark the beginning of the sequence, then you can press on the Q key, mark this at the corner, and then of course you can a red outline appear around the cursor, then navigate to the bottom right corner of the proposed selection and press M key. This will allow you to select this whole area, starting from the corner until and up right until you reach the proposed in the right in the bottom by pressing M. This of course you can, this selected region can be treated in the same way as if it had been created by a normal mode. If you would like to invert the selection of the current selection, then after selecting the region that you would like to exclude, not to include, so in this case you would like to press on the, after selecting your region, you can choose from the select menu, you can invert choose invert sequence column selection. So this means that you will exclude your selection, not included in your selection. So this may be also useful, of course, to hide some region. And in this case, after you select your region, you can open the view menu and then press hide and then selected region, hide selected region, and you can see in the figure below. Of course, you can also create group. This means that your selection you would like to name your selection. Select if as soon as different region is selected, you can this selection region can be labeled of your alignment. First, of course, to create a group, you can first select the region, then you can click on the right mouse and then choose selection group edit. Then name your description of this group that you select, like for example group 5, group 15, active domain, whatever the name you would like to do, as we can see from this figure. So you have to select, then you right click, and then from from selection you can choose edit group, and from edit group you can select edit name and description of the current group, and then you can put a name of the group you choose, like active site, like active domain, like whatever the name you would like to put for this part of your sequence. And this is very, very useful in the publication, and very useful to choose part of your sequence that is important and you would like to show the world the importance of this position. Exporting the current selection, of course the current selection can be copied to the clipboard, and then it can all be also as we said in the last lecture, that you can take it to output to textbox. This means that it will go to be used and analyzed by different program, using of course the output function, and this will allow you to export this part and then can be used and analyzed by another program. For example, the textbox enables quick manual editing of the alignment prior to importing it into a new window. Of course, you can save it with the same option as save file, save as, pull down menu option from the text box. As we can see in this figure, that selection and then output to text box, and then you can choose whatever the format you would like to use depending on the program, the next program you will use to analyze this small part. Also, there is a very good part in JALView, that amino acid conservation. You can show the amino acid conservation pattern in your alignment, and this in the conservation sequences services, and it's very easy to find. Simply in the web services, and then choose conservation and then AACon calculation. When you do AACon calculation, actually there is almost 17 different amino acid conservation settings, and then you can see or change this setting depending on what you would like to see. So if you would like to show all the conservation, you can choose from the list when you the list of conservation methods that can be displayed in front of you. So then you can choose which one of these conservation methods you would like to show in JALView. And of course, you can show them. You can show them all, or choose few of them to show, depending on what you would like to show in your publication, and which part of your sequence you would like to put some concentration on it. In your own time, try to do some practicals to enable you to be familiar with different conservation pattern and conservation from your alignment, and also try to practice either with this recommended protein or other proteins, and try to see how can you use and make benefit from all the services that is available in JALView. I hope all this information can be very useful for you. I hope you enjoy this module, and see you in the next module.